What's going on, everyone? It's Simran Singh back with another video, and today is part 4 of the ultimate guide to get into dental school video series. If you haven't watched the other videos, make sure you check it out. Those videos are all on my channel and under the ultimate guide to get into dental school playlist. But yeah, this is part 4 of the video series, and today we're going to be talking about letters of recommendation. And before we go into the topic, if you're new to the channel, again, my name is Simran Singh. I'm a current dental student at the University of Detroit Mercy School of Dentistry. I make helpful and resourceful videos to help you pre-dentals get into dental school. I also vlog my life as a dental student and everything random outside of it. So if that type of content interests you, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video in particular, make sure you hit the thumbs up button down below. And yeah, let's get into the video. So today's topic is letters of recommendation. So what I would start off with saying is that, the moment you start a class, I think it's very important that you build a relationship with your professor. That's not only beneficial in getting a letter of recommendation, but it's also beneficial in you just succeeding in their class and getting insight from that professor that they normally wouldn't give other people. So especially when it's like a tough science course, I would highly recommend meeting outside of classes, emailing your professors constantly, making it evident that you're trying your best to do well in that particular course. So that's what I would first recommend. Build that relationship right when you start the class. Now, obviously you cannot build a good relationship with everyone. Not every professor is open to that. And obviously sometimes it doesn't work out the way you want it to. But if you do build a good relationship with your professor, regardless of what point you are at in your undergrad career, ask them then and there. So say if you're a freshman in undergrad and you're applying to dental school after your junior year, ask them right away, right when that class ends, and have it in writing, and make sure you have that email handy, and make sure you commit to them writing that letter for you. Because if you go, say during your junior year and you had a good relationship with your professor and you go to their office and you ask for a letter, sometimes these professors see 400 to 500 students every class they have. I went to Michigan State University and some of my lecture courses had 400 to 500 people. I'm not even exaggerating. So when they continue to teach, they're going to come across more people and they might not remember you as well. So in terms of getting a letter of recommendation, I would ask right away. Obviously, a lot of people will ask last minute and it'll work out completely fine. I would highly recommend asking them right away, just so you put yourself in the best position possible, to have it submitted on time. So yeah, so when it comes to just obtaining your letter of recommendations, make sure you do it as early as possible. You try to build those relationships with your professors and just tell them hey, my name is so-and-so, I'm interested in applying to dental school. Would you be able to write a positive letter of recommendation for me? And if they say yes, that's great. If they say no, try someone else. But you have so much time to do it, and don't be someone that does it very last minute, because that is something that is so incredibly stressful. Secondly, when it comes to letter recommendations, make sure you do your research on the types of letter recommendations that specific schools require. It varies per school. I know for the most part, you'll need 1 or 2 science professors, a dentist, and just a letter of recommendation of your choice. I believe when I applied, there was at least 3 required, but I submitted 4, or it was 4. I'm not 100% sure, but that that varies on the school, and that information is listed on the application itself. But make sure you are doing your research on the types of letter recommendation school require, because some schools may be you need this many science professors. You need a letter recommendation from a dentist in particular. You might need a letter recommendation of someone who is a leader of a certain volunteer organization. It really all depends on the school you apply to, so make sure you are paying attention and doing your research on that. And all that information is available on on the dental school's website. And if you want to make sure, you can call their admissions number and they'll happily give you that information. So make sure you are on top of it in that aspect as well. And lastly, make sure you are holding your professor accountable on submitting your letter of recommendation on time. I cannot tell you how many horror stories there are of every part of people's apps being done, except their letter recommendations have not been submitted by their professors yet. that is the worst possible position to be in because you have done everything on your part to finish the application and you are just waiting on a professor to write a letter of recommendation and submit it. So what I would recommend doing, and this is actually what I did, you can use a third-party program where the teachers will submit it to that website before the application opens, and then you can submit it from that particular website onto your application. I use a program called Interfolio, and I had all my letters of recommendation submitted onto Interfolio 2 weeks before my application opened. So I had all my letter of recommendations ready prior to the application even opening. So everything was basically under my control before the application was open. And I would recommend doing that, but if you don't have the money, if you don't want to do it, make sure you hold your professors accountable to submit your letters at least a week before you plan on hitting the submit button. Because that's gonna save you so much stress, and it's not under your control if your professor is actively writing that letter of recommendation and when they're submitting it. So make sure you held your professor accountable. You're constantly emailing them. If you're on campus, literally go to their office during office hours and just be like, hey, like, planning to submit my application on this time. Like, when will you be able to get it done? And just like continually do that. Because this is your career, this is your future on the line. So you have to make sure that, you know, they're on top of it as well. But yeah, guys, that's basically, I would say all of my advice on this particular topic. I hope this video was helpful. I want to make this whole process the least stressful as possible for all of you and put you guys in the best position to apply for dental school. So if you guys have any questions, once again, leave it in the comment section below or just personally email me. If this type of content interests you, please subscribe to the channel. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. I hope this video helped and have a great day.